Welcome to the news update on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Tokwe Olonio. We begin this hour in Abuja, where the federal government has reintroduced new COVID-19 restrictions across all 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. This new directive is to take effect midnight yesterday. This was part of the resolution of the Presidential Steering Committee earlier yesterday in the capital city. A member of the Presidential Steering Committee, Mukhtar Mohammed, who is the head of Technical Secretariat of the PSC, made the announcement while briefing reporters in Abuja. With the imposed restrictions, mass gatherings in public spaces have been restricted to 50 people at any given time. Access to government institutions would also be denied to anyone not wearing a face mask, while government meetings and travels have been limited to the virtual platform. According to Mohammed, the government has directed the bars and nightclubs should remain closed, and the nationwide curfew will be in full force until further notice. He added that only essential international travels would be encouraged and all existing protocols must be strictly adhered to. The PSC member, however, stated that there was no limitation to intrastate travels. Meanwhile, returning foreign passengers who fled the quarantine facilities and violated the compulsory requirements will no longer go unpunished. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Boss Mustafa, stated this at the resumed briefing of the Presidential Steering Committee, PSC, on COVID-19 in Abuja. He noted the committee has received reports that some persons who recently returned to the country violated the mandatory quarantine requirement under the advisory by escaping from the facilities. Mr. Mustafa, who is also the PSC chairman, condemned the violation of the nation's law and hospitality, noting that the committee was awaiting the report of ongoing investigations and would impose appropriate sanctions on the violators. The SGF explained that this became important in view of the fragile state of the nation's security and health systems, the disruption to the delivery of vaccines, and the lack of compliance with the extant public health measures and social measures contained in the Coronavirus Disease Health Protection Regulations 2021. Outside Nigeria, a growing number of current and recovered COVID-19 patients in India are contracting a deadly and rare fungal infection as the vast nation battles to contain a massive outbreak of virus cases. The world's second most populous nation earlier yesterday reported nearly 370,000 coronavirus infections to take the overall number of cases to just under 22.7 million and more than 3,700 new deaths. Experts warn that the actual number of cases and fatalities could be much higher. Mucormycosis, dubbed black fungus by doctors in India, is usually most aggressive in patients whose immune systems are weakened by other infections. Medical experts say they had seen a rise in cases in India in recent weeks, while the Health Ministry on Sunday released an advisory on how to treat the infection. Now, back in Nigeria, the central bank governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, has called for more private sector involvement in the improving healthcare sector in the country. The CBN governor, who made the disclosure at the premiere of a documentary on Nigeria's response to the COVID-19 pandemic titled Unmasked, says the Apex Bank has disbursed over 83.9 billion to pharmaceutical and healthcare practitioners in the country since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Emefiele also said building a robust healthcare infrastructure is critical to containing the spread of the pandemic in Nigeria, adding that the CBN remains committed to working with all stakeholders in improving access to finance and credit that will support the development of a viable healthcare infrastructure in the country. Well, that's all we can take on the news updates for this hour on Wake Up Nigeria. We do have Mike standing by for sports news.